Team one, good morning, good morning, good morning. How's everybody? Hope all is well. This is James Johnson. Mrs. Johnson will be joining me here shortly. But we definitely wanted to get on. I know I said 10:30, so I apologize. 4 minutes late, but we had a phone call we had to take care of. So anyway, hope all is well. I know the majority of you guys are going to be reviewing this replay, so I wanted to just go over some stuff real quick. Hey, Tatiana, I hope I'm saying your name right. Good morning. Good morning. That's another reason why I couldn't do the call for you because we had to do this live for the team. So 11:45, hopefully we get on the phone with you. But I wanted to go over a document that's really, really important to the success of our entire organization because it's important that we all are implementing this document. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, Ms. Tibbet, good morning. Good morning. Hopefully you guys were able to go download the launch document, but if not, you're going to have this to come back to use as a point of reference. But it's really important. I'm not sure how many of you guys were on Power Satra Day this morning, but one of the things that rung clearly to Mrs. Johnson and I rung loud was duplication, right? And to us, what duplication means is we're not the only ones that's having a lot of success, right? To us, duplication means our entire team is having a lot of success. Hey, Ms. Ryman, good morning. Mr. Ryman, Jason, good morning. Good morning. Our whole team is having success. And what does success look like in financial education services? Well, it looks like you have your 5, right? You're not paying for your membership. That's important. It also looks like you're having success by getting other clients and getting other business partners as well. So this is the stuff that we're going to really be focusing in on as a team, because in my opinion, everybody that is gainfully working the business, nobody should have a payment, right? Everybody should have their 5. And so what we want to do better as an organization, better as leaders, is help all the new people get their 5 in their first 72 hours or less. Now, yes, is it going to work out like that every time? No, but that should be the goal, right? Everybody who comes into this thing should have their 5 memberships in their first 72 hours. Why? Because we know there's over 68 million people with a credit score of 601 and below. So that means there's a lot of people that we can help. And we're going to be able to do that by doing a couple of things. One is we want to definitely get started with this Getting Started Right document. Good morning, Mr. Leach. Good morning, Miss Lachey. Hope all is well. Hope all is well. All right, so we just really talking about duplication, right? This is the most important thing for our team. We have over 600 agents on our team, and I don't even know the number as far as the percentages of how many people don't have their 5, right? So for us, and I'm passing this on down to the leaders, we all have to do a better job of making sure our new agents get their 5 and get promoted as quickly as possible, right? When you really look at what it is we do 2 things. And you guys hear me say this all the time. We get customers and we get customer getters. And once you understand how to get a customer, and once you understand how to get a customer getter, or AKA agent, then all it is now is how much of it are you doing every single day, right? But we want to start here. We want to start here, the Getting Started Right document. Now, if you don't have this document, I want you to go into, it's in your back office, right? If you go into your back office, you click under, I want to say marketing, and you click on flyers, and you'll see the Getting Started Right document. You want to get this Getting Started Right document. Everybody should be using this document right here because it's going to make sure that everybody is on the same page. And of course, if we all are using the Getting Started document, then I should be able to pick up the phone and call Miss Jasmine. Good morning. I'm sorry, I didn't see you earlier, but good morning. I should be able to call Jasmine and say, hey, give me your Getting Started Right document, and she has it every single time. Every new agent that you bring in should have this Getting Started Right document. They need to fill it out, and then they need to get it back to their sales directors and above, right? Because this is going to be our blue map. I said blue map, our roadmap to success, right? One of the reasons why McDonald's is so successful, no matter where you go, in any part of the country. I was in Bahamas a couple of weeks ago, and guess what? There was a McDonald's, and when I walked in, guess what's to the left? the fries, right? So we all want to do a better job of duplicating the right system, right? We always hear our leader, Mr. Cola Smith Jackson, talk about system, right? System stands for save yourself time, energy, and money. But a lot of times people come into this business and they want to do it their way. Well, if you want to do it your way, then you should go start your own business, right? We have a way that we do it here because it's successful. So we are really implementing the Getting Started Right document. Does everybody know, or has everybody seen the document or know where to go get it? Just, I mean, I know the ones, I'm really speaking to the ones that's live right now. Obviously, if you're in the replay, then you can comment that you got the document. But I want to make sure that everybody knows where this Getting Started Right document is. So you guys can start, hold on. Hey, Ms. Davis, good morning. Ms. Chantelli Nicole, good morning. Thank you, Mr. Leach. I know you know where it is, sir. Everybody else, just comment. If you're watching live, just comment that you know exactly where this is. Ms. Brewer, welcome. So again, this morning Power Start Your Day call was on fire as usual. But one of the things that Ms. Smith said, that if you are properly duplicating, money will never be an issue, right? And so that's true, right? So we want to make sure that we are properly duplicating the system and properly helping everybody on the team get to the next level. Right now, in my opinion, there's two parts to duplication, okay? Here's what I mean. The first part of duplication is myself and Mrs. Johnson and all the leaders teaching what you're supposed to do. The second part of duplication is you buying into the system and you going out applying what we teaching. Now, we can always, teach you everything that you're supposed to do. And if you don't go do it, then you ain't going to properly duplicate, right? But if we're teaching you what to do and you go out and do what we taught you, then you will have an opportunity to properly duplicate. And that's what we want to make sure we're doing, okay? So if we're doing our job, all we're going to ask you to do is do your job as far as implementing what we are teaching. So Mrs. Johnson is here. She was just on a call with a client.
Good morning. I know I missed everything.
You did.
Good morning, Tatiana, Mr. Leach, Demita, Miss Chantel. We got some superstars on the call. Lachey. Who else? Jason, Rhonda Brewer, tearing it up in Arkansas. Adrian, good morning, guys.
So just to recap, we were just talking about duplication, talking about the Getting Started Right document and how everybody needs to use it. Okay, Miss Marie, if you have issues, let me know. We'll get you there. Good stuff, Jason. Good stuff, Miss Davis. All right, I just want to make sure everybody knows what this Getting Started document is.
Can I share Monday morning motivation?
In a second. Good morning, Miss Nobley. Good morning.
I'm
good
excited,
morning.
guys.
All right. So everybody knows what a Getting Started Right document is.
Did you show it to them?
Babe. Yes. See what happens when people come into your live late? Good morning, good morning. Good morning, Monica Graves. Good morning. All right, so go ahead and share your story so we can get back into this, because I'm gonna go through everything on here.
Okay, so I was excited about this, guys. Can you see it?
You gotta back up.
Let it focus a little bit. Let it focus a little bit.
There you go.
That 36-point increase. But let me tell you the story behind this. This is a client. She's been with us since February 23rd, and she actually texted me while we were at my son's regional football on Saturday, and she texted me and she's like, I want to cancel. I'm like, what? And she's like, I want to cancel. And so, I always go back and forth to kind of figure out, like, why do they want to cancel? Is it something with the service? Is it financial? Because if it's financial, a lot of you, if you don't know this, if a client is not able to make their payment, they can push the payment out, right? And so you just have to let them know in customer and payments department before it declines. You can't wait until they decline. So let your clients know when you enroll them, if the date that their next payment is going to come out is not a good date, all they have to do is let you know in advance, and they're very flexible. They'll work with them. And so after, going back and forth, basically she was saying, she wasn't satisfied with the service because she wasn't seeing any results. And it was going on 3 months. And so I had to pull up her account. And so I'm pulling up her account. I looked, she had got started on February 23rd. You know, we sent her letters out on like March 1st or something like that. She declined on March 23rd, then made her payment in April, right? But she still hadn't even received her updates back from the credit bureau. And so I'm telling her, you know, we don't control how quick the credit bureau responds. The law legally gives them 30 business days, but she was feeling anxious. You know, she was feeling like, you know, I feel like my score hasn't moved. And then after talking to her, come to find out, she saw in her credit monitoring that we actually have removed some items from her credit. So she was getting results, but she wasn't seeing her score move. So I said, okay, well, let me log into your smart credit so I can take a look at your credit profile and see what else is going on. And I set up a call for her this morning, right? So guess what? I just logged in to her smart credit this morning, ran the updater. On top of her having stuff removed, her score went up 36 points. And getting on the phone with her this morning, she's excited about that. Then she went and checked her Credit Karma. You know, she went from 535, and one of them she's a 590, and the other one she's a 571. So, you know, just be communicating with your clients. And if someone cancels, you want to have, like, don't be afraid to have those conversations. Like, what is the reason that they're trying to cancel or they're wanting to cancel? Because some people will cancel because they don't have the money. And so instead of the payment declining, they'll go cancel, but we can work with them. And then if it's an issue like with her where she was feeling unsatisfied, what were you unsatisfied about? It's a process. It hasn't even, you're still at the very beginning of the first round. You haven't even given the process time to work, and you're unsatisfied. So you want to make sure they understand again. And even in that, she was like, I know you told me a minimum of 6 months, blah, 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 blah. But she was feeling anxious. So don't be afraid to have those conversations. But I'm excited because I love it when, you know, you talk to someone and they're so like over anxious or whatever, and then boom, something positive happens like that. And now they're like off the charts excited and thankful. And so I just wanted to share that, and she's just sent me the screenshot so I can put it on Facebook, but I'm excited about that. And Mr. Johnson's like, can you hurry up? So, so we'll go ahead and get back to the getting started right. Sorry.
Okay, good stuff. No, it's always good to have testimonies, but we already know how clients are. They want, you know, they'll meet you today and have a 499 credit score, and they expect to have a 700 credit score tomorrow. And we already know that that's not the case. So anyway, good morning, Billy. Good morning, Jay. Good morning, Natalie. Good morning, Heidi. So we're going over the Getting Started Right document. And what I wanted to do is take a little bit of time to kind of go over the different parts of the Getting Started Right. Listen to me, guys. This is what we want to call the relaunch of your business, right? If you have not filled out this Getting Started Right document, your assignment today is to fill out the Getting Started Right document today. Here is here's what I want you guys to do. Everybody fills out this Getting Started Right document and send it to your sales director or above. Everybody fills it out. Here's the reason why I want everybody to fill it out. You can't teach anybody to do it if you have not done it yourself. So when you're looking at this Getting Started Right, it's just a roadmap to get you started right. That's it. Vanna Black over here. So it's important that everybody fills this thing out. She is bugging. She can't help it.
And there's 2 pages, guys.
I'm gonna go over the second part, ma'am.
Okay.
So everybody got it? Want everybody to fill out this Getting Started Right. Listen, if you want to be successful in this business, the one thing that I always tell every new agent is you have to be what? Coachable, right? So this is a coachable moment. We want everybody to fill out this Getting Started Right document together, okay? So let's go over some of it. Hopefully some of you guys have the Getting Started Right in front of you, but I want to kind of break it down so you can kind of understand the point of the Getting Started Right document. So the first part is you want to definitely read this. It says, you made a great decision starting your business with FES. With the help of your upline support team, use this guide to help you launch your business down the path of success. So that's important. That's a great statement. Then the first thing you want to do is determine your why, right? Determine your why. Most people getting started in this business, if I called you out right now, I would say, hey, tell me why that new agent just got started. And if you haven't spent the time to go over their why, you have no clue. Here's what I know. If a person why is deep enough or strong enough, they'll never quit. If you get people that come in this business and say they want to make more money, they're not going to last. If you get people in this business and they say they just, they joined it because they want to get their credit fixed and that's it, they won't last. They got to have a why that's going to be something like Mrs. Johnson, right? We have a whole bunch of kids, right? You got to have something that's going to make you cry. Now, I've heard, that said a lot of times, if your why is not big enough, if your why don't make you cry, it's not big enough. Now, does it mean you got to boo-hoo? I think what it really means is it got to stir up the emotion inside of you to make you go out there when you get no's, right? If you go out there and talk to 100 people and you get 99 no's, your why is going to make you go to that 100 person that signs up, right?
Because your why is directly connected with your desire, right? So the bigger your why, that's all part of your desire. How bad do you want it? So when he's saying, you people like, I want to make some money. Obviously, you want to just make some money, you can go get another job, right? Making some money is not going to keep you going. It's not going to motivate you when 10 people tell you no. See, if your reason is I want to make some extra money, when 10 people tell you no, you ain't made no money. And so now you're going to be like, oh, this don't work, I'm quit. See, that's not a strong enough why, right? If your why is because you want to get your credit restored and you're seeing everybody popping results or, sharing results, 45 days, 30 days, their score jumping up, and then you go through the process and you're in 60 days and your score only went up 15 points, that might not make you keep going. Even though somebody else will look at that and be like, wow, 15 points, that's awesome, because before that they weren't doing nothing. So your why has to be something that, like, how bad do you want it? How bad do you want financial freedom? For me, I want to retire my mother. I was even just thinking about like possibly flying her out here for like a week over the summer. Like, that's a blessing because we can do stuff like that. Yeah, I was thinking about this in the shower. I was gonna talk to you about it later.
Oh, okay.
Okay. But that's like, like, what is your why? Do you want to retire your mom? Is it to put your children through college? Is it to be able to retire your parents? Is it to be able to get out of debt? Is it to be able to live your best life? Maybe take care of, your health issues. What is it that you really, really want? You need to figure that out. What do you want? Because this is going to be the vehicle that can help you get to what you want.
And also, too, determining the why does a couple of things. One, it helps you as the sponsor understand what is going to make your agent go, right? So that's important. And so you need to establish that ASAP. You're going to run with ASAP. So that's important, right? So you guys, like a lot of you guys, I really don't know your why of doing this business, but we all want to do a better job of making sure we take the time to go through this, getting started right, Dr. and our new agent. Next to that, you can go over this important info.
The important info is basically your enrollment date, the day you got started. You want to know like your anniversary, right? How long you've been in this. Make a commitment to be here a year from now. In fact, if you listen to Making the Shift, and is it Jim Rohn who says 5 years? Darren Hardy. Make a commitment to be here 5 years from now. Like, if you, at least a year, make a commitment that you are going to be here a year from now. This is a real business, long term, okay? Your agent ID, you want to know that if you ever have to call into client support or agent support, they're going to ask you that. They can pull up your account with your phone number, but you should know your agent ID. You'll need it when you're registering for events like Momentum Conference. Some of the things you have to put your agent ID, your username and password for your well, this one doesn't have the password. Good. Your username for your myfes.net website. And then you should know, who is your upline sales director? What is their phone number? Who is your upline vice president? What is their phone number? So right now, for those of you who do not know my number, hopefully you know my name. If I am your upline sales director, or ESD or RSD or whatever, my name's Chanel Johnson, and my number is 404-429-5477, okay? Mr. Johnson, his name is James Johnson. Sometimes they call him Jimmy.
You know I don't like that.
Anyway,
That was funny.
so yes, just to see you look at me like that. Okay. So and then his number is 404-429-4952. The reason you want to have this important information is because you need to know who to reach out to, right? You have to have someone to reach out to, and if you can't reach me, you can reach him. If you can't reach him, who can you reach? There's Mr. Brooks, right? You have other people that are here to help you win. So you want to make sure that you fill out this information.
Next is getting launched. That's important because you want to have a launch date. But now we kind of put a nuance into that because the team is so big. And so we decided to do a corporate launch call. We started those on Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. And so when you get in launch, you want to have 2 dates, right? And so you can pick Wednesday, Friday, or Saturday, one of those days that you want to be inviting your people to. So you want to definitely take time to actually decide what days you're going to be focusing on so that you can do those 2. Now, you can do either online or you can do in-home, right? Now, if you're doing in-home, then you definitely want to make sure you get with your upline sales director and above. Phone numbers. So just write them on here. You can actually get with your upline sales director and above to schedule an in-home to where they could actually come and possibly get on the line. You can do a Zoom, or you can just plug everybody in to the Zoom call that's at your house, right? You can do that too. Or we can just do the online Zoom. So you want to have 2 dates, 2. So you have the first one, and then you have the second one like as a fallback, right? Now, let me talk to you guys about the dates, because a lot of times people are like, a lot of people be like, is this a good day to do this? Is this a good day to do that? Well, when you get married, you don't call your friends up and say, hey, is it a good day for me to get married on this day for you to come, right? If you're doing a cookout, you don't. You just pick the date and you invite. It's the same exact thing with your launch calls with this business. You just say the date, and then you go out and you properly invite people to that day. And the ones that's going to show up are going to be the ones that show up, period. That's why you have 2. Now, you can always have a launch call, right? You can have launch calls every day if you want to. But the whole point is you want to at least have 2 because this is a part of you launching your business. Now, here's a rule of thumb. However many people you want to show up on your launch call, you want to invite 5 times. So if you want 10 people to show up, then you need to invite 50 people. If you want 20 people, so you get it, right? 5 times, because here's what happens. People will lie and say they're going to show up, and they don't. People will forget, life will happen, and all of that. So what I see is a lot of times you guys invite 3 people and nobody show up, and then you wonder why. Well, you didn't invite enough people to your launch call. So again, when you're inviting, you got to invite a ton of people. And then here's the thing. A lot of you guys text me. When we say we're doing a call on Wednesday, what you guys will do is start texting me at 10 o'clock in the morning saying, where's the link? Where's the link? Well, I don't send the link that early for a couple of reasons. One, I want to send them the link so it gives me a reason to follow up with them right before the call starts. 2, if I send the link at 10 o'clock in the morning, they may forget at 7 o'clock at night we're doing a call, right? So I don't send it that early. I typically send it anywhere from 30 to 15 minutes before the call, again, so that gives me a reason to actually have to follow up with that person to make sure they get on. All right, so that's the launch, the getting launched.
Right. And so when he's saying what he doesn't do, that's what you should do or don't do. So you want to be able to follow up with them. And it's the same thing like when we're sending out the video, when we're prospecting. When someone tells you they're not going to be able to watch the video, like I had 2 people who told me yesterday they're going to be able to watch the video today. Well, I didn't send them the link yesterday because they're probably going to forget. You never know. And I want to have a reason to reach out to them today and say, like, if I'm supposed to send them the video at 6 o'clock, so around 5:30, I'm like, okay, are we still on track? Can you still take a look at the video at 6? So now if they have forgotten, they're going to say, oh, yes, sure. Or if something came up, they're like, oh, no, can we push it back to 8? So it's same sort of thing with your launch. You don't want to just send everything right away because most people, I mean, if they're like me, I'm doing a billion things. And so it's not uncommon for people to forget, even if they intended to be there. Next thing is your goal.
Go ahead.
Okay. So the other part on the form, which is really cool, is your goals, right? And if any of you have been on an agent closing call with me, I like this because it kind of piggybacks on that. And I use the 5-step close that Eric Worre gave us at GoPro, where, you know, we ask someone, you know, how much money do they need to make this worth their time? So what is your earning goal? Typically, if you don't already have a goal in mind, and it's not showing right there, okay, your earning goal. There. Okay, there we go. So if you don't already have a goal in mind, start with how much money do you need to cover all your expenses, right? That's a good way that you can start if you don't already have a figure. So if you to run your household, pay all your bills and everything is $2,500 or $3,000, what if ours was $3,000? Anyway, if that's your monthly expenses, that can be one of your earning goals for you to start with. And these are not set in stone. These can always change, especially as you start making money. You may find that once you get to making $3,000, $4,000 a month, you may increase it to $6,000, $7,000 a month. And once you hit $6,000, $7,000, you may increase it to $10,000, right? Then weekly time investment. How much time are you willing to invest every week to make that goal happen? So if you say I want to earn $5,000 a month in this business, how much time are you going to put into working this business a week to make that $5,000? And that time includes not only your income producing activities, but it also includes your training, your personal development. All of that is part of you building your business, okay? So you want to think about how much you're going to put in. Your goal date. When do you want to have reached this goal? Are you going to give yourself 6 months to get to $3,000 a month? Are you going to give yourself, 4 months to get to $3,000? What is your goal? And then it talks about your first win, which is hitting a position called field trainer. Field trainer is the foundation of our company, or it's the blueprint for our compensation plan. You have to be able to pop field trainer. And you first start with becoming a field trainer yourself. Because if you know how to get to field trainer, then you can help somebody else and show somebody else how to get to field trainer. And it breaks it down right here, how you get to field trainer. So this is you. And to get to field trainer, you have to bring in 2 personally sponsored business partners. And you have to do a total combined group volume of 1,600. Combine you and your team, all right? And then it breaks down, over here, you need 3 customers. So 2 agents, 3 customers, and you would check that out, like as you, and the volume. Okay, so he wants me to break down the volume. So when I said that to hit field training, you need a total combined volume of 1,600. So understand that every time you enroll a business partner, every time you sponsor an agent into your business, they are 400 in sales volume, not commission, sales volume, okay? Every time you enroll a customer is 200 in sales volume, not commission, sales volume. So you've got agents and you've got customers, okay? So when you bring in 2 agents, you're gonna get 400 for each one of those brand new business partners. So 400 and 400, that's 800. Now, if you also go out and enroll 3 customers, you're gonna also get 200 per customer. So that's another 600 in volume that you're gonna put with that 800. So you'll have 800 and 600, that's 1,400. So you're like, okay, well, that's not 1,600. Well, this right here, the 2 agents and 3 customers, is based on you hitting field trainer the first month that you come into the business. All right, so I want to be clear about that, because the first month you come into the business, you also get credit for your own enrollment as an agent. The company gives you bonus volume for yourself. So if you are running for field trainer the first month, it's easier for you to hit it the first month because you have an extra 315 in volume that you won't get the following month. So if this is a brand new month, you're a brand new agent, then 2 agents, 3 customers gonna get you the field trainer. But if you've been in the business more than a month and you go into the next volume month, then you're going to need to do a little bit more. You might have to get another customer in order for you to top, the 1,600. And keep in mind that this is you and your team. So that means if you bring in 2 business partners and those 2 business partners bring in 2 business partners, well, guess what? They each put in 800 in volume and 800 in volume. That still goes up under your volume. And I might be getting too deep right now if you're new, so I'm not going to go any further with that. But just keep in mind, every time you bring in a new business partner, it's 400. Every time you bring in a client, it's 200. You hit field trainer having a total volume of 1,600 and 2 personally sponsored agents. If you have not already hit that position, that is your first win, as well as striving for 5. And your 5 have to be 5 personal enrollments. 5 personal enrollments. You can't count the enrollments of your business partners. 5 personal enrollments to you, and a couple of things that will happen. So if you bring in 2 business partners and 3 customers, you're going to hit 5, right? Because 2 plus 3 is 5. It doesn't matter whether they're agents or customers. You're going to earn $380 because you're going to get $300 for each one of the customers if you enroll them at $188. And you're going to, at minimum, get the initial cap for the 2 agents of $40. So that's how they get the $380. Okay, and if you guys don't understand the customer acquisition bonus, get with your sales director or above to go over that with you. We also have training and success with FES.com that goes over the compensation plan for those who don't understand that. You'll be promoted to field trainer. You get a return on your investment. You also qualify for your 100K life insurance. Remember, the 100K life insurance for agents, you have to be active and you have to have a minimum of 5 active protection plans for that policy to be, for you to be eligible. Okay, and then also the other big deal is you get your services for free. So you definitely want to strive for 5. If 2 of those 5 are agents, you're going to hit field trainer.
The other thing is, as far as the compensation plan, go into your back office, click on commission, and then compensation overview. It's 13 pages. It used to be 14 pages. It's 13 pages now. You guys go download that and read it cover to cover because it will help you understand the compensation plan a lot better. Now, the most important part of this getting started right, in my opinion, is your list, right? So this is key, right? Because the list is important. Now, here's what we see a lot of people do. They prejudge, right? Now, prejudging is not correct, and it's not really, you don't want to prejudge, but we will teach you how to segregate your list, and I'll explain in a second, right? If I was to give everybody a $100 bill for every name and number they wrote down on this list, how many names and numbers would you write down? Anybody? If I gave you $100 for every name and number that you wrote down, how many names and numbers would you write down?
I'm going to write down, I'm going to hit up all my Facebook friends. I'm going to ask them for their phone number. I'm going to write down all their numbers and names, plus everyone in my phone. Right?
Again, people, you know, a lot of people say 1,000,000, 1,000, right? You're going to write a whole bunch of people, right?
He said millions.
Right, exactly, right? So here's what I want you to really consider. Everybody is potentially worth $100 or more on your list. See, what a lot of people do is they try to prejudge and think a person will do something or they won't. But here's what we know. Those you think will, won't. Those you think won't, will, right? And so what is our job? Our job is to be the Baptist preacher, right? And we giving out the word, and then we do an altar call. We don't care who comes to the altar, right? But we're going to invite everybody. So your mindset has to be, you tell everybody that you just got started in a business. And what you got to understand is this. If you were opening up a traditional business, a restaurant, hair salon, a mobile car wash, or whatever, you're going to tell everybody. So the same thing applies for this business. You want to tell everybody. So you want to get your list. Now, we do tell you that you want to do your top 10 and your 10 easiest, right? So let me break those down. Your top 10 are people, if I came to you and say, hey, Miss Reed, I'm going to give you $1 million. I want you to go start a business, and I want you to put the 10 sharpest people you know on your board of directors. See, those are your top 10. Those are people that you look up to, or, you know, you really admire and respect, because of what they've been able to be successful in business or in life or whatever. So you want to start there. Secondly, is your 10 easiest. These are people that typically look up to you. These are people that will come to you at 3 o'clock in the morning to help you change your tire. These are the people that will take you to the airport, right? These are the people that will babysit your kid or your kids, right? Those are the people you want to put there. Here's the reason why we tell you guys to do this. Because typically in that 20, you're going to find 5 people. They're either going to sign up for the services or going to want to partner with you in business. Now, if I was to poll everybody on here and ask, how many of you guys created that list? I already know what the answer is going to be, right? So you guys, you have to go and be, you really have to be serious about this list. Mr. Alfred Nixon, what he did was he wrote down 210 names, and now he's making $183,000 on a monthly basis.
Damn.
183,000. So here's what you guys got to do. Don't prejudge, right? This is our responsibility. We want to give everybody the chance to say no. And then if they say no, this is what you do. You turn it around, and what does no spells backwards?
On to the next.
On to the next person, right? So what I want everybody to do is get good at just telling everybody what it is they do. Go ahead.
So the other thing is, keep in mind, it's not necessarily about that person getting started. Everybody knows other people, and we all have a network. We all do. And sometimes we know people that this could benefit. And so just like we would know, other people have people. So if you just expose them, you never know who they know in real estate. You never know who they know in auto sales. You never know who they know is looking to buy a house and needs help with their credit. You never know who they know is looking for a career change, wanting to make more money, wanting to launch a business. You never know who they know and who they can connect you to. They could connect you to someone who could blow your business up, but you have to expose everybody and give them the opportunity to either become a customer, an agent, or a referral source. Give them that opportunity. Don't make that decision for them, because you'll find, and we even had it where, superstar Tiffany Scott, she was on one of our lives, I think like a couple weeks ago, and she said her cousin, she had overlooked her cousin, didn't expose the business to her cousin, and come to find out, guess who her cousin enrolled under? Bruce Lee Rochester. Saw her cousin promoting on Facebook, and when she reached out to her cousin, she signed up with Bruce. Now, she signed up with Bruce. Obviously, hopefully, if he's working with her, she's got a dynamic leader. He's a senior vice president. But had she reached out when she got started, her cousin could have enrolled with her. So don't prejudge. Don't overlook people. Don't make the decision for them without them looking at the information, because you don't know. You really don't.
So Miss Marie, so you says for those that don't have numbers and friends and don't really communicate with people and feel nervous to bring this to people. Okay, so let's deal with that. So basically what you're saying is you don't have any friends and family that you can talk to?
She feels nervous, and a lot of time, and the nervousness comes because it's network marketing or money is involved with a transaction. But let me ask you this, Tatiana, let me ask you this. If you had the cure for cancer, if you had the cure for cancer and you knew that it worked, would you feel nervous about telling people about it? If you knew you had the cure, that it could help someone cure their cancer, would you just tell them? There's things that right now you already refer people to and share, and you're not getting compensated. Whether it's a restaurant, whether it's a movie, whether it's you went somewhere and they did a amazing job on your hair, right? And you're like, oh, you need to go over here, or they do good lashes, or you need to go check out my girl. We do that all the time, and we don't even think about it. We don't even think about it. But because all of a sudden there's a transaction involved, we kind of get in our feelings, and the fear, we start having this internal conversation with ourselves, and then fear sets in. And here's what I want to tell you. If you're going to talk to yourself, it has to be positive self-talk. And this is where that self-development piece comes in really, really big, because you have to get out of your head. A lot of the apprehension that you have, that's you. That's you in your mind talking yourself out of doing something because of the fear. And the only way to push past that is to actually push past it and do it anyway. Do it while you're scared, because what you'll find is it's not going to go as bad as you might be thinking in your head when you actually do it. And you have to get to a point to where you can tell that negative voice, that fear-driven voice, to shut up. But you can only do that
once. You talking to the voice or talking to me?
I'm not talking to you.
Oh.
That only comes. You are so retarded sometimes. That only comes when you have built up that positive, stronger person on the other side that can recognize it when it appears. So just like you said, you would tell everybody. So as Mr. Leach says, and I really like that, you know, when he does the presentation, he talks about, you know, there's no cure for cancer, and cancer is, you know, destroying our community. And then he goes on and talks about, you know, bad credit is a cancer, but we do have a solution. We do have a cure for that. We know there's 68 million people with less than a 601 credit score. That's not talking about people who have a 602, a 615, a 620. They're still struggling. They're still paying high interest. They still do not have excellent credit. So we have a solution. And not only with credit, we have a way for them to get out of debt. How many people are filing bankruptcy? We have debt payoff. We have a way for them to make more money, right? So we have a life-changing opportunity where we could literally change people's lives. So you, in the same way that you would tell people about, hey, I know how to get rid of that cancer, you want to tell people about this.
So the nervousness, and like she said, all that comes from is you not having the proper, maybe you haven't had the experience yet with your credit score going up. Maybe you haven't been to enough trainings to get around people to hear testimonials.
She just got started last week.
Okay, so and that could be right. Why? But now you don't need to be nervous because you have us to lean on to, right? And all you simply don't. Okay, it's all like this. Right now, my timeline is full of the Avengers Endgame. Everybody promoting the Endgame. Everybody.
Fact, he told me today we're gonna go see it because everybody's talking about it.
Right, but here's the crazy thing: they not getting paid for it. So last night they was also promoting GOT. I don't even know what the heck that is, right? Whatever it is. So I said, man, I see everybody promoting GOT. How many of y'all got excellent credit?
I think I'm gonna steal that one.
It was funny because, see, people promote things that they like, right? And that's it. So when you join this business, you're promoting it because you like it. You're promoting it because it's making a difference in so many people's lives. Whether they take a hold of it or not, that has nothing to do with you, right? All our job is we're going to be the messenger, right? That's it. If they take the message, great. If they don't, kick rocks, and we're going to look for the ones that's going to take the message, period. What happens is so many of you guys get so attached
to the outcome.
To the outcome. When she first got started,
I was attached to
the outcome. She was so attached, it used to piss me off. So I'm like, look.
It pissed you off?
Yeah. I'm like, stop being attached to what they're saying. Who cares what they say? Right? Now, when you hear her talk to people, it's crazy. If they say something stupid, she's like, okay, bye. Right?
I don't say bye. I like to let them know how stupid they sound first. Like, I really do. Because, like, sometimes, like, I had, like, this lady who had been paying a student loan since, when she say, 1971? Something crazy like that. Crazy. And she's paying this student loan. She done paid almost $25,000 on this student loan. Guess how much her student loan was? $5,000. She done paid $25,000 on a $5,000 student loan. And when I'm telling her about this program and putting her student loan in debt payoff, this, that, the other, she had the audacity to tell me that she talked to the student loan people and they told her if she keeps paying as agreed, she would be done paying by 2030. So I'm like, and that makes sense to you? You done already gave them over you done already paid $20,000 more than your student loan, and you're agreeing to give them another few $1,000s, and that makes sense. And when I broke it down to her, she was like, no. You know, sometimes people don't understand how silly they sound. And so, yeah, I've gotten to that point, but that comes to having personal development. That comes to listening to other leaders. Like, when you get to hear Nicola Smith Jackson, y'all have not ever, if y'all have not been blessed to like, and sometimes when she will do, she'll do, you know, the opportunity, you know, to hear her get on a phone call or on the three-way. If you hear her posture is incredible. Like she'll literally tell people like, you know, normally when someone tells me that, they're ready to get started. So like, what's the problem? Is it the money? Like we're talking about $288. Like, is it the money? Like literally, you have to have that type of confidence and posture, because a lot of times people, I don't know, like you got to get past it and move it. A lot of that fear that we have, what are they gonna do? No one is going to. A lot of these people, they don't even know you. You're connecting on social media. If someone tells you no, so what? It's not the end of the world. You know, it's not going to stop anything. There's still millions and millions of other people who are out there that need to be helped. The airline stewardess doesn't get caught up in the no. Jesus didn't get caught up in the people who didn't follow him. Okay, his message was for those who received it, and he didn't cry. He didn't, you know, get up like in his feelings to where I'm gonna stop delivering the message because everybody's not following. My father gave me a message. He told me to tell you the message. You better take heed. If you don't, oh well, that's on you. But I'm gonna tell you what my father told me. So it's the same thing. All we're doing is delivering the message. They either take it or they don't. And some of the people who don't get started today, they will get started later. Some of them just don't, you know, you just barely getting started. Maybe they don't trust you. Once you're consistent and they see you're consistently posting and sharing those results, a lot of the people who say no, I've had a lot of people who told me no months ago who are now clients today or business partners.
So, Ms. Lachey, I'm going to handle that question a couple of ways. I'm going to read it so the team can see it. You said, what if people ask your credit score? You've been in the business only a short time and haven't seen results yourself yet. I believe because I see other results, but yet I can't vouch on my own experiences yet. First of all, that's your personal issue, right? Here's what I mean by that. You can go see somebody that works out at the gym and they got a nice body. You want to go work out at the gym, but you haven't seen that result yet, but you joined the gym. And if somebody asks you if you're working out, your answer is going to be, yeah, I'm working out, but it's a process, right? You just got into the credit repair process, right? So if someone asks me what my credit score is, and by the way, we've been in this business over 2 years and not one person asked me what my credit score is. And anybody ask you what your credit score is? So your personal, the reason you get in that question is because that's the energy you're putting out. But the answer for me would be, that's why I got started in this program, because I'm not happy where my credit score is and it's increasing all the time. See, so you got to take your personal feeling out of that and stop putting that energy out there because you haven't seen no results.
Yeah, and to piggyback off of what he just said, if you haven't seen the increase, just like he said, that's why I got started in this program, because I don't like where my credit score is, and all I know is that there's so many people that are on my team and whose credit scores have gone up, and I'm looking forward to my increase because I see so many people's scores. I see it working for so many people, so I'm expecting it to work for me as well. Energy is tangible. You can feel energy, okay? You can feel energy through the phone, right? Have you ever got a phone call from someone and you pick up the phone and as soon as you hear their voice, and like if it's someone that you didn't want to talk to, you'd be like, oh, you know, and I'm sure they felt that energy, right? Or have you ever talked to someone and then after getting off the phone, you feel bad, or they just pull your whole spirit down? Have you ever been in a room and you can have your back, you know, someone can be behind you, but you'll feel that someone is in the room? We all have energy that we give off. So when you're talking to someone and you're communicating and you're feeling unsure and you're feeling not confident and you're feeling fearful, you are projecting that energy on the person that you're talking to. Understand that. So it's really important, again, just like if you weren't on the call last night, self-development is key to your success in this industry and in sales, period. Self-development is key. You have to work on you. You have to work on your mindset, and you have to work on building your belief. You have to build your belief. And the number one, you know, like you said, you know, you see other people having results. Well, it's kind of like, you know, how many times, and I'm gonna get a little spiritual here, but how many times have something happened or you're in a situation you can't figure the way out? And then God made a way. You know it was God because you know it wasn't you, but it happened on time because he always works on time. And you know he delivered you from a situation. But then months go by after he done delivered you from a situation, and now you're in another difficult situation, and yet you still believe and doubt that he's going to deliver you from this situation when he done gave you example after example after example of him being there for you in the past. But yet you still don't have the belief. That's a belief problem. We've got thousands of testimonials of people's credit scores going up. We've got thousands of testimonials of people getting cars, getting approved for homes, and bankruptcies coming off, tax liens coming off, changing their life, being able to walk away from their job. So you have to learn the stories and increase your belief so that you can have the confidence that you can convey that. Yeah, I'm just getting started. I'm still in the process. That's why I got started in the first place, because my credit isn't where it needs to be. But my mentor, take it off of you. And this is why a lot of times when you're new, you don't want to be doing these calls by yourself. But if you are, especially with the membership, take it off of you. Tell somebody else's story. My mentor, her score went up 118 points in 45 days. I can't wait till I get results like that.
I'm going to say, what does my credit got to do with yours?
Exactly, because that's the other thing. Just because yours, and think of it like this. Let's say, Lachey, let's say your score increases 200 points. Let's say in the next 2 weeks, your score increases 200 points. Does that mean your client score is going to increase 200 points? It doesn't. Everybody's credit profile is different.
Okay, so good answer, Mrs. Johnson. Miss Marion, welcome. Hope all is well. So Mike Hucks, you said it's frustrating when they stall. So let me teach you a tactic, right? It's not that they're stalling. You're just not doing a good enough job to pull it out of them, right? So for instance, a person texted me this morning saying, how do I know this will work? My exact words back to that person was, you won't know that it works until you try the process. Then I said, you already have bad credit. What else do you have to lose? He texts back, my money. I said, you're already losing money with bad credit. Then he texts back, I'll call you at 2. See, it's posture, right? The reason why people don't tell y'all no or they stall is because you're not asking the right questions, right? After you go through the process and you say, does this sound like something you want to get started with? And they hemming and hawing, the first question we usually ask, is it the money?
I say, what's stopping you from getting started today? Like if they say, oh, I'm gonna get started, next week, or I'm not gonna, what's stopping you? Because I want to get to, is it the money? Because if it's a money issue, we may be able to work with them.
Right. So it's all about you asking the right questions to make them say no. A lot of people are going to act like it's not the money. But if you ask the direct question, they got to tell you the truth because you're not making any sense. For instance, Mike, if you're talking to me and I tell you, now, here's another part of asking the right question. When we ask them, what is the main reason you're looking to build your credit score?
Don't say homeowner.
Right. If they say homeowner, if they say, they want to buy a car, I come back and I use that against them at the end for the close. So when I say, hey, does this sound like something you want to get started with? And let's say they just say, I need to think about it. I'm going to say something smart like, think about what? Repairing your credit? Think about what? Saving more money on interest? Because, see, I'm going to punch them in the face tactfully, but you got to just ask the right questions, right? Then I'll say something like, hey, I thought you said you wanted to buy a home at the end of the year. What's the problem? What's the issue? But typically it's because they don't have the money, right? So that's on you. You got to ask better questions to get them to give you that yes or no. Now, sometimes a person is going to say exactly what you want to hear, right, and still don't get started. Well, that's still on you to close the deal. Like, you got to give a listen. Right now, this is what the price is. If you're serious about signing up for your credit repair, reach out to me. If not, I'm going to take you off my follow-up list. See, it's all about posture. It's all about posture, right? You guys just got to have better posture. And listen, going back to what Ms. Lachey was talking about, she can't vouch for her results yet. That's okay, right? That's okay because you're in the process and you know it works. And as long as you're learning about the credit, as long as you're learning about the business, you're in the process, right? Now, a lot of times a person will ask that question just because they're looking for a reason not to sign up. Now, what if you told them, well, my credit score is 800? Does that mean they're going to sign up today because you said that? No. Does it mean that's going to happen for them? No. But you just got to have the posture and saying, my credit score has nothing to do with your credit score. Do you want the services or not? Period. Period. And that's just really what it is, you guys. Exactly, Ms. Reed. So that's good. So hold on. Did we go everything? So the list. Now, let me go talk about the list real quick. Real quick. If you guys have not created a list of 100 names or more, you need to do that today. You need to do that today, right? Here's the reason why. Because you can't teach something you haven't done. You can't teach something that you haven't done. Now, even though you know the information, you can tell somebody the information, but it's not as powerful if you go and you create a list, right? You create a list, and we're going to show you how to contact those folks. We almost been on here an hour. Hold on for 1 second. Okay, Ms. Lachey. You're welcome, Mr. Hux. I don't call it emotional toughness. I just call it toughness. I'm not emotional about it at all. Because, see, here's what I know about people. Everybody likes to be told what to do, right? And so when that guy texted me this morning, right? When that guy texted me this morning, I just punched him right in his face right away. Like, nah, I can't. I don't know if it's going to work for you unless you try the process. Well, what you going to lose? My money. You already losing money. You got bad credit. What do you mean? He said you're going to call me at 2. Like, I'm not scared to have posture with people. And anybody that done a 3-way call with me know I'm not, right? You just got to ask the right questions, and then you got to punch people in the face and let them realize that what they're saying is stupid. And you know it's stupid, and let's move past that. That's it.
Why can't I like stuff?
Because I don't know why you're trying to like stuff anyway. Move out of the way.
Because I'm trying to like a comment.
Yes, ma'am, Ms. Brown.
I'm gonna like it on my phone. How about that?
That's cool. Yeah, it's all about posture, you guys. It's all about posture. Here's, listen, let's say a person got into this program and nothing happened. Does that mean it don't work? No, it don't mean that. Whatever the situation for that person, it just didn't work. Right? That's it. So you guys kind of, don't be afraid of that. Right? Don't be afraid that somebody will call you up and say, hey, I went online and I saw a negative comment. We got 70,000 clients and 50 negative comments. Like, why even waste your time on that? Like, see, people specialize in looking for reasons not to do something versus specializing in looking at reasons to do something.
And it really boils down to they don't have the money. That's usually what it is. If it's they don't have the money, or it's a poverty lack mentality. Yeah, so instead of focusing on what they have to gain, they're focused on what they have to lose. And $89 is not a lot to lose. $188 is not a lot to lose. $288 is not a lot to lose. If you look at somebody's monthly budget or monthly what they spent their money on over the last month, I guarantee you'll find 89, 188, or 288 and that they spent on stuff that didn't give them anything, positive or transitional in their life. They just wasted it, whether it was junk food, whether it was eating out, whether it was drinking, whether it was going to the club, whether it was, all of that stuff. People spend money on stuff that doesn't really, get them to the next level at all the time. So it's either lack of money, and really not lack of money, priorities.
That's what I was going to say.
Lack of poverty mindset.
It's never the money, you guys. And once you believe that, you guys understand. I'll give you a couple of analogies why it's never the money. You can go to the poorest neighborhood in your city.
They got J's.
Not only that, you're going to see Papa John's delivery cars. You're going to see Domino's. You're going to see all the deliveries, right? If they so poor, how they ordering food? It's never the money. It's the same people that will be in line for 3, 4, 5, 6 hours to go buy Jordans that tell you they don't have $89. See, what happens with most of you guys is y'all believe that crap. It ain't never the money. It's the fact that they don't put priorities on it, or they don't put enough priorities on
on the Run tour. They were all there trying to see Beyonce.
Yeah, right. And so you guys don't believe when they tell you it's not the money.
Priority.
So listen, this is one of my best questions that I ask when somebody tells me it's the money. I say, great. Let me ask you this question. If you got locked up tonight and it was $288 or $188 or $89 to get out, how long would you be in jail? The majority of the people say, now Ms. Reed came across this clown, but majority of people will say, I'm going to get out that day. And I say, that's interesting because that's the most negative thing that could happen to you. But I just showed you an opportunity that could change your life, and you telling me you don't have $288. That's a problem. Ms. Reed had a person say, depending on what they cooking.
It depends on how good the food is.
How good the food, like, okay. That's
we don't even want to work with you.
Like,
you
don't
qualify. Bye.
Get out of here. Right? But so you guys stop believing it's the money. Listen, here's how we know it's not the money. All of you guys signed up. And then when you go around, I just want you to go just start looking at stuff. One day we was in the mall. And I'm like, dang, there's a lot of people in the mall. They got money. So here's what you have to figure out. Are you putting enough value on what you're presenting for them to catch the value, or is the person putting enough value on it? Unfortunately, so many people have gotten used to living with bad credit, they don't care. Now, there's two types of people with bad credit. You got the ones that score says they got bad credit, and then you got the other people that really have bad credit, but they motivated to fix it. Now, if you're dealing with all the wrong people, you're going to be frustrated. So if you're dealing with people who don't care about their credit, that's where the frustration comes in at. But when you start going to partner up with mortgage brokers, car salesmen, and realtors, you start getting the right people that want to sign up. So you have to make sure you're targeting the right people, and you got posture. Even if I'm saying the person with a 400 credit score don't really they don't care about credit. If you sell the membership with a lot of value, and that person says, you know what, I'm tired of freaking living in the projects, or I'm tired of doing this, they will get the money. But it's all about how you're saying it, right? Some of you guys still don't know how to present the protection plan, right? That's an issue. Some of you guys make it seem like it's, if I sign up today, tomorrow I'm gonna have good credit, and that's not the case.
Right. So the other thing is, are you putting in enough value? Absolutely, Hazel. That's a good point. And another thing is, with that, is show the benefit. So a lot of times, we focus on the features, but people don't get emotionally attached to necessarily features. It's the benefit that feature will bring that actually has the emotional attachment. So what do I mean by that? So for instance, we have Smart Credit, where you can track your credit score. You can see, there's the credit monitoring. You can see the insurance score, the Hireability Index. You can monitor your credit, and even just increasing your credit score, right? But how does that translate to really changing somebody's life, right? So just this week, I was talking to a woman, and one of them that I signed up, and
y'all heard how she said that?
And
one of them, I don't know which one.
I don't remember. And so she was, I was talking to her, and I was telling her, credit affects so many things. That was one of her reasons that she said she wanted to get started, was that credit affects everything that she's trying to do. And I said, yeah, it even affects your car insurance, and a lot of people don't even realize that. If you have a 675 credit score or lower, you're more than likely paying your premium plus the premium of 2 to 3 other people. And she was like, wow. She's like, maybe that's why my car insurance is over $300 for one car, right? And I was like, yeah, once your credit score goes up, your car insurance, you'll be able to get a re-rate, and you'll see your car insurance go down, as well as you could even refinance your car and get a lower interest rate. So now, instead of you having a $400 or $500 a month payment, your payment can be $100-something, and your car insurance can be $100-something. You just now put $200, $300, $400 back into your household. That's value that someone can actually feel, and that can translate oh wow, this is how this is going to help me. So if you can translate that value versus, oh, you're just going to increase your credit score, what does that mean for me? What am I going to be able to do? How's it going to save me money back into my household, you know. And then I tell like our story, you know, we were paying $431, and then we got a re-rate after our scores went up over 200 points and our car insurance dropped to $222. That's $211 that we were willingly and willfully paying every single month for car insurance. And you know the other thing, most people never get a re-rate on their car insurance. Most people just pay their car insurance and not realizing that every year your car gets older. This is a good topic for Facebook Live. Every year your car gets older, which means the value is less. So why are you paying the same premium? Light bulb, you know, so things like that. When you're talking to people, one, they're seeing that you really are trying to help them because you're giving them value. And it's not just about the sale. And that's going to make it more easier for you to close in the end. And if you're not confident in doing that yourself, get on a three-way with Mr. Johnson, get on a three-way with myself, get on a three-way with your upline sales director, Ms. Reed, Mr. Leach. Get on a three-way with some of the leaders who are actually closing sales so that you can be a fly on the wall and just listen to those conversations, because there's things that I've heard him say, there's things that I've heard Nicola say, there's things that I've heard other people say, and I'm like, oh snap, I'm about to say that. Oh, like, I can't wait to do my next call. I'm about to say that, you know, because you want to see what they're saying to help close sales that you can use.
Right. So posture, y'all. Posture. But this whole call started with the getting started right document. That's important, right? Everybody needs to fill this out. Everybody needs to send it to their sales director and above, because we want everybody who comes into our organization, we want them getting on this, getting started right, and building a list. We'll do another live on inviting, because this one has been an hour and 6 minutes.
Real quick, because we didn't say on the bottom, the seven step success system. 7-step success system. You're so stupid. Now I'm gonna say it. 7-step success system. Boom. So the 7-step success system is on the bottom, and this is what you want to be doing every single day. The other thing that I want to make sure you see that I really love about this is this part right here, which has kind of like your a way for you to keep track. So as you have people's names and number, you can check off. Did you send them the video? Did you do a 3-way call? Was it a one-on-one sit down? Did they attend a credit party or something like that? You can kind of, you know, see like, what did you do with this person as you're prospecting them and leading them to the close or becoming a client or whatever. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Now go over this. This is pretty powerful right here, the new agent checklist, because I guarantee you people don't have this.
Right. Well, this goes back to the new agent checklist, which we don't have the new agent checklist right now. That's in your Momentum Society back office. I don't think it's in the FES portal yet. But the new agent checklist for now is in Momentum Society. But the first thing is activate your own protection plan services. Want to make sure that you know the protection plan, you're benefiting, you're using the services. Now, what if you're an agent or you have a prospect who already has excellent credit? They do not have to activate the credit restoration if they don't need it, okay? But you still want them to know how to utilize the other parts of the protection plan. You want them to be aware, and if that's you, if you already have good credit, you don't have any derogatory items, then don't worry about activating the credit. Go ahead and use that payoff. Go ahead and use the credit monitoring, use the identity protection, use the budgeting program, get to know your services. Scheduling your first launch, that goes back to this page where he was talking about your first and second launch and whether you're doing an online or in-home launch. Sorry about that. Your first Facebook post. If you have not already posted about your business, and when you bring on a new business partner, give them their first Facebook post. Have them tag as many people as Facebook will let them tag. I say 40 plus. If Facebook will allow you to tag 99 people, tag 99 people and put that post out so you get eyeballs on the offer so that you can start generating some activity. Create the master list. And guess what it says? 100 to 500 names, master list. Watch videos at successwithfes.com. Attend your first live event. If there's a weekly event in your area, you want to start plugging into that weekly event. Make a commitment to be at that event every week. It is going to transform your business. It's going to build your confidence. It's going to build your belief. If there's not a weekly event, plug into a Super Saturday that's not too far from you. Plug into something so you can get to a live training. You're going to get a lot more from the live training than you get on these virtual trainings. And then the team training info. And that is, you know, like our team training info, you know, our team training calls on when we have, you know, calls and stuff like that. But that's that.
Okay, good stuff. So last thing that we want to close out with is how many of you guys, and I know who's already registered. I'm looking at who's not. How many of you guys are going to Orlando? Orlando, June 28th through the 30th. How many of you guys are going that have not registered? That have not registered. Who's going that has not registered? You can put a comment. You can say me, I, whatever. I just want to know. Because I know a lot of you guys told us you want to be successful in this business, and one of the things that we know is you got to get to events. And y'all heard us talk about that last night, but we're going to keep talking about it until everybody get it. Okay, Mr. Hucks, good stuff. Okay, Ms. Murray. Mr. Hucks, when you get registered, please reach out to me. Ms. Murray, you as well. Ms. Goldsboro, you as well. Okay, I'm going to send you, Ms. Marie, I'm going to send you the page. Yeah, I'll send you the page so you'll know the prices. Right now is an early bird special. It's about to go up on the 2nd of May. 2nd of May. So we want to make sure anybody who's registering, you want to do that before then because the prices will go up. Okay, Ms. Lachey. So everybody that's not registered, please get registered before the 2nd because I don't want you to spend more money. And the reason we want to get the numbers down is we want to know exactly how many people. Now, our goal is to take 100 people from the team to Orlando because we want to, you know, get with you guys. A lot of you guys we have not met personally yet, and we're looking to do that. I'm excited to meet a lot of you that I haven't met personally yet. Miss Murray, Mr. Hucks, Miss Goldsboro, definitely want to meet you guys in person. Of course, Miss Marie, everybody. Okay. Okay, Kenrick, you as well, sir. Definitely want to meet you. But you guys got to get registered before the 2nd. It's going to go up another 40, 50 bucks. And then, too, it's important for us to know who's coming so that way we can actually help you guys with rooms. We want to help you guys with rooms. So once we know exactly how many coming, then we can start to maybe put some women together, some men together, whatever. But we'll go from there. So it's important. I think that's it. We enjoy doing these lives. You guys know what we're going to do.
So for those of you who have a question about the customer acquisition bonus, go to successwithfes.com. That is the training portal from the company. Your username and password is the same as your username and password for the agent portal. When you log into Success with FES, you want to go to the menu and click on Video Library. And when you click on Video Library, there's a section called Compensation. Click on Compensation, and you will see there's videos on the compensation plan basics, the customer acquisition bonus, CAB overrides, the 445 calendar. All of this information, sales volume, understanding titles, the holding tank, structuring your organization, the R&R club. We have the information. The company has made it available to those who want to seek it out. It's right here in your portal. Log in so you understand how you get paid. Okay, the customer acquisition bonus especially, you want to know how that works. It's right in successwithfes.com. Username and password is the same as your agent portal.
As I was saying before, Mrs. Johnson cut me off.
I'm sorry I cut you off. I'm hungry, guys, and my head hurts. I want some biscuits. Can we go get some biscuits?
Time to cut this live short because she's about to turn into a gremlin. So y'all know when y'all women say she hungry, just stop with.
I want some Red Lobster biscuits.
Stop what you're doing.
Red Lobster.
Because she's about to ruin the styles. Oh, that's a song. My bad. All right, man. We love you guys. Mr. Lou Riley, man, we need to talk, sir. Hit me up. I know you doing your thing. Hit me up, though.
Can we go get some biscuits, please?
Can we go get some biscuits? Did anybody want to sew into the Mrs. Johnson? She won Red Lobster biscuit fund.
I'll send
I'll send y'all my cash app.
Y'all have a good day.
She is something else.
They open now, right? Can we go get some biscuits? I'm for real.
She is something else. Remember, let me see if you can get the quote right.
Remember, you can either live your dreams or live your fears. Wait, you can either live your fears or live your dreams. Either way, it's up to you.
God bless you guys. Have a good day.
Yeah, I did it.
You suck.
I want